Again, I haven't come up with an intro to this yet, but welcome to the Music Matters More podcast. We have our special guest, Macai, here with us today. How's it going, brother?
Yellow.
My lovely co-host, Bishop.
What's
How's it going?
Oh, God.
We're getting into this pod right away. Well, maybe not right away, but we started with some shots.
Yeah.
We came back up here.
Little
Oh,
pregame
go.
for the pregame,
Free game for the little podcast.
Free game for the pod. A lot of
God.
peas.
A lot of peas.
A
A lot of
peas.
peas. Whole lot of peas, bro. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Appreciate you guys for having me, man.
Hey, of
an
course,
honor.
brother. How many songs do you think you've made thus far in your career?
Oh my God. I probably made like around 100.
100?
Yeah.
When did you
Alright.
start?
I just started probably 2022. It was
Okay.
probably like
You made
around.
100 songs already?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
I really try to like make as much music as I can.
Yeah.
And most of the time I don't like some of my songs. Most of them are rough drafts, but most of them sometimes be finished and shit like that. But all the songs that are mastered and out are I feel like those are my best songs that I have in my catalog right
Yeah.
now.
So far?
Yeah.
What inspired you to make music? Like,
Honestly, ever since I was little, I just enjoyed music. I remember when I was fucking literally like first grade or some shit like that. And I was listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony
oh,
with like my brothers and shit. And like, I didn't really know what music was, but For the Love of Money by Bone Thugs was just a song that I really just fuck with. And Eazy-E's part specifically, that really just kind of like, I don't know what that them niggas just did. It just really was just like, oh shit, that was cool. But how I really got into music was I was probably like 20 at this time, and I had a dream where I was on stage, hella people in the crowd, lights on and shit like this. At the time, I had one of my like best friends. He used to make beats and shit, and we would freestyle to all his beats. And during my like dream, he was like my DJ. So like I was rapping, and then I look in the crowd, see all these people, and I was just like, I turn around and I'm like, yo, bro, like this is the shit that I live for. Like this is why I started making music. So ever since that dream, once I woke up, I told him all about it, and then that was like kind of like my intro into getting into music and shit like that. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Thank you. It's fire.
Are you like a self-recorded artist? So do you do all the stuff yourself?
So yeah, I do everything myself. So I usually just get my beats off the internet and stuff like that. And I record, I mix, kind of master most of my
Get your own
tracks.
studio?
I do at my crib. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I got a nice little setup. Nothing too crazy, but very, very good for, I guess, beginners, you could say.
Yeah. What mic do you use?
So right now I have the Rode N1 TA.
Oh, Rode
Like-
NT1A?
Yeah, T1A. You know what I was talking about. But yeah, so I'm using that right now.
That's awesome. And then your interface, you have a Scarlett?
I do have a Scarlett. It's the
2x2?
one. Yeah, 2x2.
Yeah.
2 mics and everything, bro. Fire.
What do you think is one of the hardest parts about recording yourself?
I think the hardest part about recording myself is just really like, because sometimes I just want to focus on, just rapping and just like really just creating the lyrics and just like getting on the mic and just doing all that instead of having to, oh shit, let me cut this out. Let me stop this. Let me redo it again.
Yeah.
And I think if I had like an engineer, I think my process would go a whole lot faster. But I'm very grateful to be my own engineer.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Because I'm learning a lot by myself, not really having to rely on anybody for anything. So, like if I have a problem with anything, I just usually just look it up online.
YouTube.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
YouTube
Bro,
University.
YouTube
Yo, that's what
University
is
is
this
fire,
last
bro.
podcast, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, YouTube University is the best thing that's ever happened to someone. Like
school.
literally, bro. Like if you don't go to school for anything, YouTube is the way, or just the internet. Google whatever the fuck you need to
Discord
Google.
servers,
Bro.
bro.
Discord servers are actually very valuable.
Yeah.
A lot of people sleep on Discord servers or just Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit in general. Yeah.
It's so much valuable than everyone thinks.
For the people who don't know, what is a Discord server?
A Discord server is pretty much like a big ass group chat with pretty much everyone, just a bunch of random people that you don't know or people that you may know or just anything like that, just sharing knowledge to each other. You know, like you'd be like, hey, like I have a question on how do I get my mixes to sound a lot better?
Yeah.
Someone will reply and be like, oh, this is how you can do it.
So like Reddit, but for like music.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much. Pretty
it's
much.
not only for music. Like a lot of gamers and stuff will use it just to be able to chat. Like it's mainly like a chat source, but a lot of people don't use it. Like you can use it for, you know what I'm saying, like figuring out Chat GPT, and they have certain servers for specific like audiences. But it's a very useful source of inspiration, like information. And like the last artist that we had on here, his name is XO Zach.
Shout out to him.
And he was talking to me about Discord servers, and I was sleeping on them. I've known him for about a year, and then it's like 6 months ago. It's like even just getting some feedback on songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't want to show certain people, because you know when you show certain people music, and then it's like they know nothing about music, so it's like you're looking at the song for what it could be, and they're looking at it for what it is. So it's like as artists, when we're speaking together, or I'm speaking to my friends, it got to the point where I don't have to be like, oh, this is a rough draft. But it's like, okay, yeah, this is our first time really kicking it. I'm going to be like, hey, these are rough drafts. Like, don't judge them too hard. But it's also like you show somebody else, and then it's like they listen and they're going, yo, this is shit.
Yeah.
Like, why doesn't it sound like Kanye? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm like,
that's
bro,
the thing is they listen to the
weekend,
radio, bro. They compare it to all that shit. And they're like, why
Yeah.
doesn't it sound like that?
Yeah. It's like
crazy.
Yeah, literally. And I think the fact that like most people that don't make music don't really understand the beginning processes of like even starting a song or starting a track or anything like that, you know, because they're so used to hearing everything that's on Spotify, YouTube, you know, like Apple Music and stuff like that. And like, you know, as an artist that creates music, it doesn't literally when you go in the booth or just go like when you record a track off rip, it's not gonna sound like literally like
exactly
Jay-Z
how you
produced
want
it. Yeah, like Jay-Z produced it or anything like that. You know, and I think a lot of rough drafts are just like new tracks that you make that you show people. Just needs a little bit of grace, you know?
Yeah.
And like any song that you actually like put out is like should be mastered.
Yeah.
And that's the song that they can really like, oh, this is like if they saw the rough draft, but like, oh, this is what I heard it as, but this is what it turned into. And like shout out to you for even getting to point A to point B or point, you know, any other letters after that.
And some people don't even see that shit because it's like, why would you? So many people have just supported all of these artists that they don't even know, but it's funny when, oh yeah, the local, oh dude, this dude's been making music, da 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 da. Oh, he thinks he's gonna make it.
Yeah,
it's like dog. Olivia Rodrigo came out of here. All
literally,
these people, you know what I'm saying? And
Katy
it's like
Perry came out of like SoCal too.
Yeah,
what's the name of that short blonde girl too?
Sabrina Carpenter.
No,
she's lucky kind of tall.
She's a really good singer. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
But it's like they don't even give people the benefit of the doubt. They're just like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it takes progression. Even if you listen to certain artists, like first songs, it's like it don't sound like they are today because it's like they had to curate their own sound.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, exactly.
But it's very good that you're learning engineering on your own because I even graduated with my audio engineering degree. We talked about this on the last pod, but it's like it's only useless to the point of if I was going to get a job in there, like, yeah, I could settle for being an audio engineer for like a studio in LA. Like I was interning at Little Rock Studios and like,
shout out to you.
They're saying, oh, it might be a couple years before you get a position. And it's like,
oh my God,
so I'm
no.
interning right now, like
for that,
pretty much being a bitch.
Literally.
Learning analog gear. And then it's like, that's what made me get to the point where it's like, I want to start a label. I want to do this. And now I got my own studio.
No,
you know what I'm saying? It's like,
for everyone that hasn't seen the behind the scenes or anything like that, bro, like from the information that I received from this guy and talking about him creating his own studio, bro, this is a lot better than what I was expecting. I'm not gonna lie.
This ain't the first studio, too.
Yeah. There's a second one possibly coming towards the beginning of the year. So it's like,
damn, exclusive.
You gotta, shut up,
hey, pay for that one. Hey, pay for that one.
Shout out Patreon. No, I'm just kidding. But it's like, it's applying to everything I have now, but other than that, that degree was useless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could learn way more just from YouTube. And
Yeah.
even Zach's doing that. He's doing the Discord. He's doing the Reddit. He's doing whatever.
Mm-hmm. That was the guy
fact-
from the last pod?
Last pod.
Okay.
To the point where if you're already learning it and you do get enough information on how the plugins work and everything,
literally.
and
Mixing
then you
and all
go
that.
into a studio, you can tell if somebody's gonna bullshit you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you already have the knowledge being like, this guy don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
literally.
saying? Because it got to the point where I was recording so much of my music from local engineers and going to studios and doing whatever. And it was like, I could do this shit myself.
Literally.
And I'm spending so much money.
Dude,
Exactly.
Bread, bro.
Yeah.
Every time.
Like I think, you know, I love the fact that engineers charge their own price and like really have their own set price for like recording people, mastering any tracks that they need to master and anything like that. I love that. I love the idea of all that. But I feel like it's for someone that is coming out into the news scene and just making their own music and like doesn't really have like a good job or just anything that they can really like put their time and money into, you know, it's a lot cheaper just to do it yourself.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's like this. I work with people like on pricing and whatever they can do, but it's like also it's like I have to make a living in order to pay for the bills. So it's
Yeah.
like whenever I'm talking to people, it's like there's a difference between seeing something in somebody. Like I told you when I heard your shit, the like song that you posted, it's it's the she
wants it.
she wants it.
Yeah.
And it's like I told you this.
Yeah,
I
you
was like,
did,
I
literally.
don't really tell this to a lot of people, but it's like your voice is very unique. And if
Thank
you
you.
curate how your delivery and your confidence on every track,
Mhm.
you're gonna be deadly, bro.
Oh my
Like,
God, I
because
love that.
even just what you showed us, like it's different, bro. It's like it's unique and it's like not a lot of people have that. And I don't say that a lot. I promise you.
I appreciate that,
promise you, there's a lot of people who wanted to be on the pod that aren't gonna be on the pod because it didn't matter about a comment.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah,
I appreciate that,
I want to
man.
build a community of artists. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
people see the word label in the name. Yeah, it's a record label, but
Yeah.
a lot of the deals and everything that I'm working with people,
Mhm.
the only thing that they get taken out essentially
Mhm.
is the distribution fees
Yeah.
because I have to pay to keep that up on
Yeah.
all platforms.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a record label doing like a 60-40 deal. It's like
Yeah.
I'm doing 95-5 deals
Are you
just so
serious? Jesus
just so
Christ.
we can
How do
keep
I
your
get
music
signed?
up.
Yeah, like, how do I get signed?
But it's like people see the word label and they're like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
It's like, oh,
But
you got to be like top shelf type shit.
yeah, and it's like it's not like that because especially with all this Diddy stuff,
Oh God.
it's like, bro,
Like, do you really
I
want
want
to be a part of that big name shit? Because
I want to pave a new way because it's
Yeah.
like I'm not saying I want to be a part of that. I want to
No,
pave a
not
new
you.
way.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean.
You know what I'm saying? Why would
Yeah.
you want to be a part of certain things that aren't even going to get you protected?
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
I don't the money in what I'm doing will come no matter what. And in everything will prosper and get to where I need to be. But I don't want it for the money. I want it for they see us, we have an army,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we have everything. I don't care if it's a DJ I'm signing. We have a
Mhm.
couple DJs under the
Oh, that's
shit.
fire.
Like I have an R&B singer. I'm
Oh, that's
trying
fire.
to get a country singer, but he's like being a little weird. I have you know what I'm saying? It's like it doesn't matter what you do. If your shit's good, I don't even like country.
Yeah.
But if your shit's good and I recognize it for what it is,
Mhm.
we could take over the world together.
100%. I
You
feel
know?
like a lot of people don't really understand I feel like a lot of people don't believe in themselves that much. That's why they kind of like half-ass a lot of shit and like that's why like other people see them as like, oh, you just kind of like bullshitting. And like I think that a lot of people just need to look within themselves and be like, okay, this is what I got and I know I'm good at doing this. Like I'm just gonna continue doing what I love to do. And who gives a fuck about what anyone else says?
Yeah.
And like I think the people that really think like, oh, like I'm doing this for me, not for everybody else, I think they will go a lot farther. I think that's why like I really make music for like obviously I make music for other people to like hear and judge me off of, but I really make music for me, just kind of like a release from my brain and my heart and my like my soul and my mouth. is just a release. Like everything that I say, I think that is just kind of positive and just like
Yeah.
it's real because like a lot of people be fake capping or just faking a lot of things and like trying to be someone that they're not. And I think that's cool for time being, but after a while, after you keep doing that for years and years, like who are you gonna be besides yourself?
Yeah.
Someone else. And I don't think that's what we are living this life for.
Not only that, it's like, I don't know if you guys remember, even back in school, it's like, oh, blah blah blah. I remember kindergarten, first grade, they're over there saying, "Follow your dreams, do whatever you want to do.
You can do whatever you want to do.
You can do whatever you be, whatever you want to be."
Yeah.
Now all of a
They
sudden it's
didn't
like,
talk
wait a
about the
minute.
bread neither.
Man.
They're over there talking like, you don't want to go to college? You don't want to? What do you mean you don't want to?
And you're gonna be a bum? Like what the fuck?
It's like, what happened to me following
oh,
my dreams?
Oh God! Like obviously, when you start a dream or just start something in general, first few years is you might not see no bread.
Yeah,
for real. But after a while, once you keep putting your foot down and just really just keep marching forward, you're gonna see some. It may not be financially, but mentally or spiritually, you're gonna like see a lot more rewards come your way than just financial statuses and all that.
Well, that's the other thing too, is a lot of people don't want to build. They just want to be able to pop and do their thing and then get signed to a record label, and then that's that.
They
That's
don't want
it
to
for
spend
them.
the time.
They don't want to grind for it.
Yeah.
And you got to realize there's some kid like halfway across the country that's waking up and doing this shit every single day because he don't got no bills. He's got his setup in his room. He's waking up. He's engineering his stuff.
Yeah.
And we're doing whatever. And we're getting to that point where it's hitting reality for a lot of people, and they're like, I don't know if I can still do this. You know what I'm
regards
saying?
to music, you ever think about like how easy it is for people to get their shit out there now
Yeah.
compared to like 20, 30 years ago? Like
Bro.
niggas were handing out mixtapes.
Yeah.
Like literally
standing on the
literal
corner.
tapes.
Literally standing on the corner, passing that shit up like, yo, play my shit, play my
And
shit.
some niggas were selling their shit, hoping like what?
Yeah.
Like spending money on somebody's random music is
Yeah, what's crazy? I saw a video of Don Toliver when before he even blew up.
Gave it to Joe Budden.
Gave it to Joe Budden, like literally one of his like CD mixtapes to
Crazy.
Joe Budden. And like, you see how big fucking Don Toliver is now, bro. Like, nigga's a superstar, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga's a superstar. I love Don Toliver, bro. Shout out to him for real.
I feel like the whole social media thing just puts a whole toll on the music scene in general, because it's like there's so many oversaturated people that are getting pushed out, and it's like it doesn't give certain people a spot to shine. And it's like, I was talking to my sister about that the other day. It's like, if I came from a generation where you did need to hand out mixtapes, I'd rather do that than what we're doing. I make a reel and I look fucking, I'm watching it back like, is this cringe? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, honestly, the thing about making content specifically is everything you make, you're going to think is cringe.
Yeah.
Like literally like going to think is cringe. Cause like I have a lot of content ideas right now. And I hit a couple people up cause a little exclusive for everyone watching right now. I do want to make like my own podcast and shit. Like I think the idea for that is like mukbang
podcast,
mukbang/podcast, and it's like the idea of the whole thing is just to really get to know people a lot deeper than like just a surface level. I'm not really a surface level type of person. Of course, like I can have those surface level conversations and shit like that. Just real
just
quick,
banter.
like you know. But I feel like
boring after doing it so many times.
Literally, and like I feel like to really get to know somebody is either through deep conversations and tough conversations and good food. I feel like those are two great, deadly combos to really get to know somebody.
Yeah.
So like right now I'm in the process of really trying to start all that shit. And I forgot where I was trying to go with that, but
hey, when you're ready for that, bro, let me know.
I'm ready. Like,
mukbang
let me
sounds
know.
dope.
bro, and like the idea for the mukbang is like, we can go anywhere. We can go pull up to a park, pull up to my crib, your crib, fucking down the street, like shit like that.
We could do my crib too.
Literally, I will let you choose because like I'm low key a foodie, so like I'll let you choose like what you would want to eat, and I literally pay for that shit, and like we would eat that. Literally, just sit down, have a conversation in front of a camera. I feel like that shit is just so fire.
I mean, that's literally like your own idea. Like
Literally.
nobody's fucking doing that.
Yeah,
besides
literally.
like hot ones, but
Yeah.
that's like no.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, I've
literally.
seen like the British people doing it, but like I haven't seen too many like Americans do it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's almost like they do it on like a like some dating type shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that one
yeah.
white bitch.
I don't know
Sorry.
if she's white. I've just
Shouldn't say
seen.
bitch.
I'm like, no,
I've
you
just
said
seen
it right. I'm like, you
they
said
all
it
have
right.
accents. They all have accents, and they're eating like a random, like sometimes it's American shit, sometimes it's Asian, like it switches up.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
personally.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I don't. Yeah.
after this, like, show me.
Sure.
Because
For sure.
I'm very curious
For
to see
sure.
what that looks like.
For sure.
But I would love for you guys to both be on it. Like right now, I have probably like 6 people that want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to add as many people as I can so I can just keep creating content, you know, because obviously music is something that I would love to do primarily, but I feel like other like ways to make content or just put myself and other people out there.
Well, another whole reason for this is like having reoccurring guests and like doing that because it's like not only does the label get a piece of content, people get to see how I am as a person.
Yeah.
People get to see how you are as a person. People get to see how Bishop is as a person. Everybody wins because we're all just fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I didn't know he was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's like,
it's kind of like the real version
Organic.
of somebody. Yeah, like the real genuine version of like most people. Because like obviously online you can portray and be anybody you want to be. Like if I really wanted to, I could be fucking Frozone if I wanted to, you know. And
somebody's Spider-Man.
Literally, bro, literally. And I think that the idea of really just being your true self is something that everyone should try to strive for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you plan on taking your music career? Like, do you want to do it only as a side thing or do you want to do multiple of little things? Like, do you want to be just a creator or do you want to be known as an artist or?
I want to be known as an artist, just someone that is willing to sacrifice anything that they got going on in their life to really focus on what they want to dream as.
Yeah.
And I feel like with just making music is kind of like a little step in the door to allow people to come into my world.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like my world is very, well, when I was younger, my world was very chaotic and shit like that. And a lot of stories that no one really knows about me is just like, it's just kind of like opening the door for most people.
Yeah.
And just allowing people to really just see me, you know, and really like hear me for what I'm saying. Yeah. And not really just like, oh, that nigga handsome. Like, you know, like that nigga handsome. Like that nigga probably get all the bitches. True, but like I don't really want all these bitches like dead ass. Like, like I'd rather be by myself than have someone that is gorgeous and like really like everything all under the sun, but doesn't really know like how to handle certain situations.
Bro, I'm at this weird phase in my life where it's like I've been single for so long. It gets to like anytime I get close to like a relationship type shit, it's like, yo, do I really want to sacrifice my peace?
Bro, honestly,
bruh, like it's been so peaceful for so long. Like,
honestly, let me ask you one question. How long have you been single?
I've been single for what year is it? 2024?
Yeah.
I've been like single, you feel me, since 2000, I would say 10.
Yeah, nigga, how old are you, bro?
I'm 34.
Damn, I'm like, damn, no, that's crazy. 2000, Jesus. Okay. Shout out to you, man.
You feel me? There's been relationships I just never
pursued them in a more deeper manner.
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually kind of tough. I feel like, you knowing your boundaries on how you want to go about relationships is really cool, and you don't settle for less.
You feel me?
You know, and I think a lot of people that date now are just like, oh, like he's cool or she's cool and shit like that. And like, I think I could see myself potentially being with them. And then they start dating 3, 6, 8 months later. Next thing you know, they're a whole different person.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
That's the thing too. That's the thing too. It's just like, bro, my talking stage is a lot longer than normal people because it's like, why would I want to make you my girlfriend if I don't even know if I fuck with you?
Literally.
What the fuck, bitch? That's like a fucking 6-month minimum thing.
Dude.
My last ex before this ex, it took me 8 months for me to like be like, all right, maybe she's good to be my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? This is dating every day, spending the night, spending all day. Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And then That shit still didn't work out. Look at where we're at. It don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
It don't matter
bro.
how long you're talking to someone because you truly don't really know a person until they show you their true colors.
And honestly, you really don't truly know a person until you live with them.
Shit.
You said you get a lot of your beats from YouTube.
I do, yes.
Like, who would you type into your search bar to get your beats?
So most of the time, I usually just search up J. Cole, JID, Aaron May, Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, those type of like chill, like kind of
chill, like the
chill type of
almost
beats.
conscious type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Very conscious. And like, because I feel like most of those beats that I just hear through those type of beats are just like, I can really just, I don't have to try to like make a song. Most of those times is like, I hear a beat and like most of the lyrics just come out of my head and they just, like, I just see them and I'm just like writing that shit down and just like it's just kind of like effortless.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier.
It was crazy. Like the first song you played, like I heard your voice and I heard like Baby Juice type shit.
I've gotten that a lot.
Really?
I
feel
gotten
like,
that a decent
and it's
amount.
just crazy because what you were rapping about was the complete opposite of what
100%. It was
fucking crazy.
it was just like the track that I played to you guys is called Fortunate. And the reason why I titled that is because the way I wrote it, I was literally walking home from a tattoo appointment. And like I was just very grateful to be on this earth and really just doing everything that I love to do and just doing me and just not really having to stress about like anything. And like literally the first few words is I'm very fortunate to call this life that I consider gorgeous, you know, to like live this life that I consider gorgeous. And it's like, you know, every day that I wake up, I'm very blessed to be in the position that I am. Cause like a lot of people are struggling or suffering, you know, like we live in a society where we don't really, as a whole, we really don't, you know, struggle as a whole. But like if you go out overseas, you know, you see a lot of homeless or just like a lot of people just doing a lot of like things that they shouldn't be doing only because like they have no other way out. And it's just, you know, I'm very thankful every day that I wake up and continue to be the person that I am. You know, I love as hard as I can. I try to be as positive as I can because this world is just too evil already. And like, obviously, I can't change the whole world, you know, but I can change who I interact with. You know, I can interact with you know, everyone down the street and shit like that. And like, I don't want my experience with y'all or just anyone in general to be such a negative one because like, I don't know what you guys are going through after I meet you guys or just see you guys, you know? And I just, you know, my big thing is just spread as much love as you physically and emotionally can, you know? And I love people. I love the way people think. You know, some people are fucking assholes and dickheads and like just terrible people. But, you know, as long as they're themselves and don't want to be anyone else, I think that's a great thing. You know,
how far to keep them, you know?
Yeah. You know, like, except like rapists, murderers, and shit like that. People like that.
Keep them far away.
Keep those niggas far away.
away.
Hey, stone them niggas to death. But other than that, like the people that aren't causing too much criminal trouble and shit like that, you know, like, you know, keep doing you, man. Like regardless of who tells you what, you know, the only people that really can get you down at the end of the day is yourself.
That's my clothing brand name.
Oh shit.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day. Oh, that's tough. That's actually fucking fire. So I didn't even know that. Oh, that's what AT.
Yeah,
oh shit. At the end of the day, that's tough.
I wrote that over there. That's some shit. But my homegirl who was a designer, she did the lettering for at the end of the day. But my old coworker painted that for me.
Nah, that shit's fucking tough.
Cause I had a canvas laying around and she's like, or he said, my wife wants to paint your logo. She thinks your shit is so cool. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
You guys can see that shit? That's fire, bro. Fire. It's really cool. Really cool.
What do you think has been one of your biggest roadblocks as of making music?
Biggest roadblocks would probably be motivation.
Dude, yeah.
Because I feel like, obviously, like for people in general, you know, like we get bursts of motivation every other day or every week or some shit like that. And like once we get in those modes, we're like, okay, like let me do, like I'm just gonna do it, keep doing it and shit like that. But once you don't have motivation, you don't want to do anything, any of that. So like I think something that I struggle with right now is self-discipline.
Yeah.
And like I'm trying to, cause like when I was younger, I had a lot of freedom. Like I was doing whatever the fuck I wanted, when I wanted, how I wanted, and like no one told me shit. So like now as an adult, that kind of like affects me in a lot of ways, cause like I want to do all this shit, but at the same time I'm like, like I don't feel like doing it right now,
Yeah.
anything like that. But like as of recently, the past like 2-3 weeks, I've been like really just like kind of like head down, not really focusing about like anyone else other than myself, which, you know, like on the outside looking in, most people will be like, oh, you're selfish and shit
Yeah,
like that. I'm like, I need to be selfish. Like, you're not gonna pay my bills. You're not gonna make my music for me and shit
if
like
I don't
that.
focus on me,
Yeah,
like,
like-
who will type
Like,
shit.
cause I think right now I'm on a whole different wavelength than a lot of other people. And I can't force someone to do something that they can't do or don't want to do, you know? And trying to get someone to be on the same wavelength as me is just like it's taxing, you know, emotionally and mentally taxing. Cause like some of my homies, like I love my homies to death, but some of them just be bullshitting most of the time. And I'm like, bro, like, you know, pick up the guitar or some shit, or like really like open up your fucking Fruity Loops and like record some shit. Like even if you think it's trash, just, you know, just sit there and just make trash shit. Like
Yeah.
not everything you make is gonna be, oh my God,
Perfect.
like Billboard and shit, you know? You just gotta really just get up and do it.
And create. Yeah.
And literally create. Just get up and do it regardless of what the outcome is.
Yeah.
Because you can literally sit down, do it, make a song, and that can be the song.
Yeah.
You know, that can be like the one song that you put on TikTok, put on Spotify, Apple Music, just all platforms, and that like everyone's
And it
like, oh,
pops off.
yeah, literally, like it literally takes one song for our new generation, since we're like so involved in social media and the internet. Like it, boom, like
Yeah.
Tommy
Richmond. Yeah.
literally the $1 Million Baby. I'm pretty sure he had hella songs before that shit. He posted $1 Million Baby, blew the fuck up. That
Crazy.
nigga like literally like is performing like everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Brent
and-
Faiyaz actually signed him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you, what label was Brent Faiyaz on?
Nuwu. So he has his own label as well. It's
Oh,
like
that's his own label?
Yeah.
That's fire. How many artists are on that? You don't know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I know everybody on his last album. I forgot what the album name is. With the foot coming from the sky. Anyways,
Brent Faiyaz. The only,
everybody on there is under the label.
oh, okay.
I know
The
that.
last album that I know of Brent Faiyaz is Wasteland.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
That
that
came
was
out like
fire.
2 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's what I've struggled with a lot in the past as well. Is just being like to the point where it's one thing you're able to like say that you're gonna do something. It's
Yeah.
another thing to actually wake up and
And
just
do
do
it.
it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like it's hard, and it gets harder when you're just watching shit on your phone and
Yeah.
doing whatever as well, because you get so lost. And then it's like our attention span is literally, it used to be 3 seconds like a couple years ago, and now it's already down to like 2.1.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
An average person's attention span is 2.1
That's
seconds
terrible.
to get them to
As
say,
fuck, dude.
you know what I'm
As
saying?
fuck.
Terrible.
You know, bro, that is like, so not only that, you're thinking of that, you're being an artist, you're having to come up with content ideas in
Mhm.
order to put this stuff out. And it's like, at this point, you can't just be an artist. You got to be able to do what you need to do and able to get seen,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like so many people will post a song and be like, damn,
Yeah.
that
yeah.
didn't go fucking triple platinum.
Yeah, literally.
You didn't do anything. You threw it up on your story that it's out
Yeah.
on all platforms, and that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah. No posts, no
Nope,
fucking
no nothing.
promotion, no extra other little videos on the side and shit like that. I think that like cause when I first cause I have 3 songs out right now, right? One is on all platforms and the other 2 are just on SoundCloud right now, you know? And I think when I posted my first 2 songs, it was just like, hey, dropped a song, y'all should listen to it,
Yeah,
you know? And then,
that was it.
that was it pretty much. And then I had a show after I dropped my first song. I had a show a couple weeks later after that, and I performed like most of the songs that are out right now. And I went straight into YouTube and just fucking made little like live, you know, like live performances through those songs and all
Yeah.
that. So when I dropped my second song, I already had another form of content already. You know,
Yeah.
so I posted all that YouTube, fucking SoundCloud, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere, so a
Yeah.
bunch of people can see.
And I feel like that's a good thing as well. I mean, not a lot of people will even take the time out of their day to go and swipe up. Like
Yeah.
I remember when I heard She Wants It, right? It
Yeah.
says it's
Yeah,
called,
yeah, yeah.
and I swiped up and I was like, yo, this shit is actually good because
No,
it's
yeah.
like
I remember that comment.
if I didn't have people, even if it's just a couple, if I didn't have nobody swiping up on my shit and be like,
Yeah.
hey, this is good,
Yeah.
I'd probably lose it. You
Yeah,
know what
you'd
I'm
probably feel
saying? Like,
discouraged, right?
yeah, you
Yeah.
know. But at that point, it's also like as well. Yeah, I'm making music for myself, but it's
Yeah.
also like the stuff you make for yourself is always the most genuine because it's not copying anybody else.
Yeah. Literally.
So you're staying true to yourself.
yeah.
That's why it's also like cringe for me to make content because it's like I don't want to make what everybody else is making.
Yeah.
You know? So it's
Yeah.
like, well, you got to find that middle ground. But
Yeah. Yeah. Literally. That's crazy.
what's what DAW do you use? What program do you use to
So
record?
I use FL Studios right now.
FL Studio?
I think FL Studios just, to me, just looks, aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
I love the way it looks. Pro Tools is I get like everyone uses Pro Tools, like all the higher ups and all that uses Pro Tools. I personally don't like the way it looks.
Yeah.
Like the way you have to put the plugins and like I just don't like the way it looks. And FL is just very like a lot of people like if you don't know what FL is or never used FL, it may look very like sporadic.
Yeah.
But once you really like get the basic overview of everything, it's very simple. A lot of people use like Ableton or Logic.
Yeah.
And,
I use Logic.
Oh, okay.
Well, I use Logic and Pro Tools, but
Okay. Logic is I think Logic and Pro Tools are almost kind of like the same type of
Logic's
DAW.
I like recording in Logic way better than Pro Tools just because same thing. It's cleaner, but I
Yeah.
grew up on FL. Like
Yeah.
all of my buddies used FL.
Yeah. I just I don't know. I like ever since I like first started making music, like when my homie was like making beats in like 2018, 19, like he had FL Studios and like I was like, yo, this shit looks cool as fuck. And like they just made an update like last year or some shit where like you can actually customize the colors of your background
Yeah.
and
yeah.
like literally your patterns and all that. And like that was such a like great update that they did. Cause like now it can be, if you wanted a blue background, you can have a blue background. Like if you want your fucking vocals to look green and pink, like that's what it can look like. And like I think that's really cool. Like that's so dope. Like just like customizable is just so cool. Like I don't think you really can customize Pro Tools or Logic.
You can
like-
you can customize Logic, but not Pro Tools.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I've only worked with like Logic or Pro Tools like less than a handful of times, like 3 times at most.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Have you done how many performances have you done besides that last one you were talking about?
So I actually first started performing last year. September was my first show.
Where'd you do it?
So it was at Shooters, and it was like with most of the homies that I know and all that. Like he was talking about Elijah and like Junior.
Okay.
They have like this little like festival called High Club Fest, and like for last year, they did it at Shooters, and I was fresh into the group, right? Like I just like
You just met him?
So little backstory. So I met Elijah literally 2 years ago at Pub, right? We knew Mamadou. He was spinning at Pub. And like I knew him personally. So like he invited me in the back. Like
So it was like a mutual friend.
Yeah. It was a mutual friend. And like him, his ex-girl, and like a couple of his homies were there. I was there with one of my homies, and like we both knew him too. So like, I'm a friendly guy. I'm very like, like, hey, what's up? Like, nice to meet you. My name is Macai.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? So I introduced myself to him, and like we were just talking. Like I skate as well, so like we were talking. Somehow skating got brought up, and he said he skated too. So we were literally just showing each other skate clips. Yeah, and I was like, bro, like you're cool as fuck. Like get my IG down. So he's like, yeah. Literally like 6 months later, I met his brother at a bar through one of the homegirls. because she invited me out because like the bar just opened up. Her dad knew the owner, so we were drinking for free all fucking night. So like I pulled up because it was literally down the street from my crib. So I pulled up and I met her brother, and he was like, "Oh, like how do you know Elijah?" And I was like, "Oh shit, like." I met him at fucking
Pub.
pub. Like we were drinking and shit. Like he's like, "Oh shit, that's my brother." Like that's cool. Like I'm like, yeah. 6 months after I met him, I went to like Bailey's, and I saw another homie that I met when I first moved out here, and Junior and Elijah were with him, and like I saw
Who
him.
was it?
Tommy,
No, I don't.
Tommy Kim, Asian guy.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Kind of like short. Yeah.
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 That motherfucker, bro.
Nigga, oh God. But anyways, so I met up with him. He told me to pull up. I was like, oh, fuck it. I ain't got shit to do today. So I pull up. He was with them. And I was like, oh shit, like I know both of y'all. Like, what's up? Like ever since that day, we clicked. And like me and Elijah were just kicking it every other day after that. And like we just became like very close friends after that. And then yeah. What I'm sorry. What was your original question?
I don't remember.
Performances. Yeah. I'm sorry. So to go back into the performances.
Gotta weasel your way back.
Yeah. So that's how I met them. So they were throwing that High Club Fest last year for September for Junior's birthday. And like since I was freshly into the group, ever since I met them, I was like, yo, like, how do I be a part of like what you guys got going on? Cause like I really sorry. Why you sorry? You didn't drop that shit. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, nigga, no.
Well,
I'm like,
I looked at it and then all of a sudden you fucking hit your shit. So I was like,
nah, you good, man. It's a fucking phone, bro.
Yeah.
Get another one if anything happens.
I don't care.
So I was freshly into the group. I was like, yo, like, how do I be a part of what you guys got going on? Cause like I see the vision and like I feel like I'm a perfect asset to what you guys got going on.
Especially you guys have a very good, like your guys' group is like very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to sound gay. I'm just
like,
saying,
please
you look
sound
at that.
gay. I'm like, please. I'm like, very
oh my gosh, and then I'm gonna get some shit about that because
who gives a fuck what they gotta say? We all know. I'm like, we all know you ain't gay. I'm like, I hope not. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's you. The way you like. Bro, you guys are just sick as fuck. Your guys' styles are all like different. It's just like, and bro, I've known Elijah. I used to work at Nissan with him. So it's like, I've known Elijah for a very long time.
Nigga, Nissan was like, what, 6-7 years ago?
2018, 2019.
It's literally like 7 years ago, bro. What the fuck?
Like,
Shout out to you guys.
I've known Elijah for, I'm not gonna
I'm not gonna count either. I'm not gonna count. Hey, if you guys watching this right now, count for us and then put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. We ain't finna think about that shit right now.
But it's like, bro, so if there's anyone who's seeing like growth from my shit too, it's like he's always been just, he's a great guy. Elijah is a great guy. He's very supportive. Like even with whatever he was doing, even with, have you met Caesar?
I have met Caesar,
Them playing guitar together and doing whatever, like it's just a good vibe.
Everyone that's a part of High Club, regardless if they make music or not, is just very talented. Yeah, you know, great individuals, great people. You know, they show nothing but love and like really like truly embody a friendship. Yeah, you know, I've had a lot of friends, you know, throughout the years and shit like that, and I never really kept that many friends close to me because most of them turned out to be weird. Or just like,
amen.
You know, like, but these guys, I've known him. I've known Elijah and Junior for 2 years now. Like, we've been very close friends for a year and a half now. Yeah, and like, I consider them like my best friends. Like Elijah's one of my best friends. You know, DeAndre, Levon, fucking Junior. Like,
Levon,
yeah. Those are all my best friends. Like I love those guys to death, regardless of how they make me feel. Like they piss me off sometimes because they be fucking bullshitting or just annoying as fuck. But I love those guys to death. You know, and I was very lucky to stumble upon like across those guys and like when they were really brought up the idea of the High Club Fest last year, they were like, yo, like, do you want to be a part of it? I was like, no hesitation. I was like, yes. Like, I'm like, please. I'm like I didn't beg them, but like, I was like, please. Like, I would love to do that.
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
I'm like, pretty please. Like, I'd get on my knees if you guys want me to, but I'm not gonna do it though. But I'm like, hey, yo, pause. I'm like, hey, no, did it, no,
resume.
But he said resume. It's crazy. But going back to the original question that you asked me, I did that one. I had a show this year for my after my birthday. I did a couple shows, San Diego, Vegas, LA.
You did Vegas? Motherfucker,
Yeah.
for what?
Vegas.
Well, the homie had a show in Vegas, and he told me to tag along, so I was like, fuck it, I did it, and then I did a San
That's
Diego
sick.
show. It was
Yeah.
it was cool. The only thing about that was the crowd. There was
Yeah.
only like niggas that were rapping, like performing,
Yeah.
were there. But other than that, it was just still a great experience just to have in general.
Yeah.
And then I performed at this year's High Fest, iClub Fest, and that shit, bro, I killed that shit. And right now I'm debating on putting up the video for that show, but I think I should just say fuck it and just do it because
You
like
should.
why the fuck not? Like
Because you know why is what I've struggled with. I have folders of content. Okay.
yeah.
And what I struggle with is I should have got it out for that time because that content was good for that time.
That time, yeah.
Just like I have songs from 3-4 years ago that I'm releasing now, and it's like I should have done it back then because they were good for a time. Yeah, I remade it and did whatever, but it's like you just got to get it out because nobody's gonna care,
No,
and that's
literally.
gonna create moments in history for you to look back on in the future and be like, oh yeah, I did
Yeah,
this
it's
shit.
like
you know?
I really like put my foot down and really fucking establish myself through that track or just whatever you just did.
I have two questions.
ahead.
What's the lowest amount of people you performed in front of?
It was probably lowest amount, probably like 10 people.
10 people.
10 people. I think that's the lowest.
Because I think my first time I ever performed, it was probably like 8 people.
Oh,
8
shit.
people in the beginning. I was like the opener for the opener.
Yeah.
And it's like I was at the bottom. But it's like,
Yeah.
then it's like I had a little period where they were playing my stuff at Blackbirds. And then
Fire.
when that was jumping, it was like 200 people I was
Yeah.
performing in front of.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I haven't played a show in a couple years. And then it's like I
fuck.
played
We need
one
to get you on that.
in LA.
Yeah.
And it's like there was 40 people, but I haven't played in a while. And I was like, oh shit. I was like,
Still a good turnout though.
every show, well, that was like more of like a community of artists,
Mhm.
but they were selling some tickets like on the side, but it's also like in my head, I was like, I'm more nervous for this than all that other time because for one, I was lit all the other times we did.
Yeah.
2, it's like, but do you feel as if you're getting more comfortable when you do it? Because I
100%.
look at it as the aspect of, I'm never going to see these fucking people again.
Yeah, 100%.
Realistically, you know what I'm
Literally.
saying? So it's
Literally.
like,
I think just performing in general, just in front of a bunch of random people that you don't know, is a great thing because like they really get a good impression of who you are and what you stand for through your own music. And like my last show was probably like 100 people
yeah,
at the fest. It was like 100 people. It was okay, pretty decent turnout, and that was like the most that I've ever performed in front of. And I was just ecstatic just to be on the stage. I love performing. Like
yeah,
like my stage presence is very, very like you feel me. Like you feel me. Like you feel me. No Diddy or anything like, but you feel me, bro.
Yeah.
Like and like even after my first performance, like people felt me. Like people came up to me after, it was like, damn, bro, I didn't know you had that in you. And I was like, yeah, like like this is something that I don't think that I'm like this is something that I just don't do. Like it's something that I'm built for.
Yeah.
Like I'm made for this rapping shit,
Yeah.
And like I just love getting in front of a bunch of random people and just doing my thing.
yeah,
And I just love it. It's just a great energy that other people bring, regardless of if they're bopping to your music or people that don't know you, know none of your words to your songs. Cause like I only have 3 songs out. Like not everyone that pulls up to a show for like a lot of different artists is gonna know your specific songs. You feel me? Just me personally. And after I performed, they were like, oh shit, bro, like that was fire. Like now I know who you are. Like that's Macai Caudillo right there.
yeah.
You feel me? So like, yeah.
Do you feel like you've made your best song thus far in your career?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Good shit.
Not at all. I'm far from it.
So we're coming down to the last couple minutes of this. Where do you see your music career going within these next couple of months? Are you ending this year 2024 with a bang, or you got anything coming out?
So music wise, my when 2024 started, I wanted one of my New Year's resolutions was to drop 4 songs this year, and I don't do New Year's resolutions at all because I feel
They
like
suck.
one, they suck, and it's like two, like why would you want to be like, oh, this year I want to do this when like you could have
Shoulda
done
been
that.
doing
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should have started that shit last year, you
It's
know,
like the
or just
gym goers.
literally, you like people that actually work out because I know you work out and shit like that.
Dang.
Like people just like it's like, oh, January 1st, I'm gonna go to EOS Fitness and fucking become a bodybuilder. I'm like, bro, you should have like did
Yeah.
that the
It
day
takes
that you
like
fucking
5 years, bro.
Yeah.
literally like
To
the day
get
that you
so-
thought of that idea, you know? And so towards the end of this year, I would love to put out a track, one more track, just so I can be like, oh, I accomplished my fucking New Year's, you know, goal or anything shit like that. But I think that I just want to just focus on just pushing myself and just doing better, just content wise, music wise, just doing better as much as I can in all aspects of life.
That's awesome. That's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
What distribution service do you use?
I use DistroKid right now.
Perfect. That's what
DistroKid is
Zach
so fire.
used. Yeah.
So good.
What about any music videos?
So
You got
right
anything in the
now,
works?
so right now, nothing in the works, but I have a couple ideas for She Wants It. And I think because I have like right now I have like 2 ideas. One, I feel like it's just very, to me, I think it's like kiddish, you know, like kind of like high school type shit. And like that's not the I don't want
It's
to say
not the
that's
vibe you're trying to
yeah,
get.
that's not the vibe that I'm trying to portray out into the world, you know. So I'm like kind of like restructuring it into something a lot different and a lot better. But right now I'm in the process of really like trying to get down all the details for She Wants It. So
That's
you
awesome.
might you might see a couple videos before that, but She Wants It will be out probably like next year maybe.
And that'll be your first ever official music video.
Official music video, and I think I'm probably gonna record it, produce it, you know, or like
Get everything.
get
yeah.
all that out there because like, you know, like I said, like I'm trying to just better myself in many ways, and I feel like just as a solo artist or just an independent artist, I'm touching a lot of bases that a lot of artists don't really do. Like I edit most of my videos, like I master most of my tracks, like, you know, like, and I want to shoot my own thing. So like, say once I get big, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Look it up. That quote at the bottom right on the
oh God,
whiteboard.
Switch
The
that up.
quote at the bottom right.
bottom right, not if, when.
When.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
literally when I
There's
get big,
no ifs in here. Right?
literally,
Speak that
so
shit into existence.
Yeah.
literally. So once I get bigger, like I have a lot of knowledge on what's going on, not
Yeah.
just like some guy that just raps.
Yeah.
You know,
being
someone,
completely oblivious
Yeah.
to doing whatever
Yeah,
and
'cause-
just being a subject to.
yeah, literally, because like I'm very intrigued in a lot of things, and I'm just a very curious person to everything that's going around. And once I get into the position where like I'm learning a lot about just the business side, not just as the creative side, I would be 100% invested in everything. Like I'd rather like I want to know numbers, you know, how everything works, you know, everything like that.
Well, that's why I said, I mean, we will have a one-on-one eventually as well,
Yeah.
but that's literally everything that I want to do is like there's so many people that don't even know that they could be making more money from seek licensing and getting all of their own like all of their own and I'm blanking on the word right now. All
You're
of
okay.
their own like they're publishing and doing whatever and everything because it's like, oh yeah, it's one thing to be able to post a song and get it out there on DistroKid, but then again, if you get all your licensing, you can also get an extra source of income.
Yeah,
And it's like there's so many people that aren't even aware of that, and it's
Yeah.
like,
I wasn't aware of that.
yeah, even
Literally.
just bringing light to that, it doesn't. The whole point of everything that I'm trying to build is the movement. It's
Yeah.
not about trying to fucking snake some people.
Yeah,
It's what I want to do. Like, and you even just wanting to learn that on your own is already like the first step into breaking that barrier
yeah,
into having independent artists take over instead of having all of these labels get all
Yeah.
these fucking.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Don't
man.
give away too much free game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
literally.
You might have to
Hey,
keep- yeah,
hey,
you
y'all
feel
gonna have
me?
to sign up for the
You feel
bonus
me?
content, bro.
Yeah,
Literally.
we gonna
We
have to
gonna
edit that
cut
part
that shit
away,
out.
yo, bro.
Find us on OnlyFans.
Oh
feel
God,
me?
OnlyFans, Patreon, fucking Rumble.
We do it all.
Oh God, bro, crazy
so,
man.
So we're coming down. I said that a little bit earlier,
That was
but
like 10 minutes
where
ago.
can people find you on all platforms?
Bro, you can find me literally everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, fucking. If MySpace was a thing, MySpace, you know, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, pretty much all social platforms. You know, Macai Caudillo, MacaiCaudillo, no space. You definitely, once you look that up on any platform you choose, you see a very handsome young man.
Crazy.
Very
That's
handsome
awesome.
young man.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the pod. I appreciate you giving your time to
Thank you.
us
Thank
and
you.
sharing whatever. You're more than welcome to come back on
I
whenever
will
you
come
want.
back.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will come back.
Bro.
Just let me know when. I'll be back. I appreciate you guys for having me for real.
Give us a little one-liner in the episode out.
A one-liner, bro.
Man, just a quote, anything.
Just a quote.
How you feeling right now?
How you feeling?
How I'm feeling is a lot. I'm feeling a lot of ways. You feel me? But the one thing that I would love to say just to the internet, and just to you guys in general, man, like keep going,
Yeah.
keep going, keep showing love, keep promoting positivity. You know, a lot of people are gonna say a lot of shit about you, regardless good or bad. You know, as long as you're strong within the mind and in the heart, none of that shit will affect you.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, God.
You know, love is a very thing, like very strong thing.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, right now, the way the world is and the way the world is going, it's lacking a lot of love and caring and just nurturing, you know, because everyone's just so like me, which is good and bad thing. Depends on what the outcome you're trying to get is. But I feel like regardless if you continue to spread love and just be a good person, not just for yourself, but for other people and the people that you surround yourself with, it will go a long ways. That's how people will remember you, or just people like, oh shit, Mac, like, yeah, like he was cool as fuck. Like I met him one time, showed nothing but love. Like he was great energy, great vibes, you know, like he wasn't a dickhead. I'm look, low-key, I can be a dickhead, but you know, like he wasn't like trying to kill me or some shit like that, you know, like I just think, you know, just spread as much love as you can. Yeah. And like one of my big things is like, if you guys see me on social media, I post a lot about love, LUV, and to the naked eye, for a lot of people that don't really, you know, like, cause like I haven't really told a lot of people this, but like once you see me put like LUV, it's like, oh shit, like he's talking about like loving people, which is very true. I love everybody, you know, regardless of who you are, what color your skin, or what your mindset is, you know. But it's an actual acronym, means live under value or live in your value, you know, and it just means be true to yourself. You know, don't allow people to walk all over you, really like step over your boundaries, across your own boundaries. Cause I you know, specifically last night, I met some person brand new, and like he was trying to get me to do something that that I just don't do. And
Some peer pressure type shit.
Type shit. And I'm like, bro, like I don't do that. Like I'm good. Like I'm not gonna do that. He's like, nah, bro, like do it. Like this is like, you know, like this is what I'm saying. Like blah blah blah. And I'm not trying to get too much into it because then it goes a fuckhead and shit like that. But yeah, like literally, like you know, just learn how to be comfortable with yourself and just your well-owned being, and not, regardless of who's around you or who you trying to impress and shit like that. The only person that you really should try to be impressed by is yourself.
Yeah.
You know? And once you realize that no other opinion matters as much as yours, you will fucking thrive in so much in life. I think so. You know? But yeah. That was more than a one-liner, but you know,
you went off though.
That's
you
some shit that's some shit that I'm really like, I really am adamant about and really like believe into my whole core.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
Macai Caudillo. That's how you say it.
Macai Caudillo, man.
We're signing off. Have a good one.
Yeah. Love everybody, man. Appreciate it.